Good morning, Professor Codger Biker here. I just want to do a little experiment. I've seen quite a few videos where people have removed ethanol from E10 fuel, but I've not seen anybody who's tried to remove it from two-stroke fuel. So I've got E5 fuel in my bike and quite a lot of oil. It's supposed to be 50:1 oil, but it's much richer than that. I put some extra oil in to protect the tank. But I have had a fuel tap explode. The washer seemed to have expanded and pushed it apart, which would not be ideal going down the road because it would dump all your fuel on the road. So I'm quite keen to, if possible, to remove the ethanol from the fuel. As you probably know, ethanol is going up to E10 fuel soon. I'm probably only going to use 1 or 2 gallons a year, so if I can take out all the ethanol, one, it will stop it attracting as much moisture into the tank, which I'd like to avoid, and secondly, hopefully it will stop damaging the carburetor. The carburetor, I've lost a seal on it and various other things. It's, I guess, get it dried out and it working fine, and then suddenly it's, fuel's pouring out of it again. The plastic float I put in it seems to have been damaged by the ethanol. I'm only guessing, it's only 5%. So anyway, so my experiment is as follows. I'm just going to take a litre or so of 1.52 stroke. I'm going to fill this bottle with water to the bottom line there, and then fill it probably up to the neck with 2-stroke fuel. Shake it up, leave it for 24 hours, and see whether the water comes up here at all. Now it's old fuel, so it may already be full of water. I don't know, but it'd be worth a try. 12:15 on a Sunday morning, or just into the afternoon. I'm going to go and watch the MotoGP in a minute. So I'm going to leave this 24 hours and see what it's like in the morning. Just top up with water to that line. So, hang on, a tiny bit more. So the water on a level surface is now at the bottom line. I'm going to fill up with fuel, give it a shake, leave it for 24 hours, go and watch the MotoGP. This could take a while, it doesn't come out very fast. Come on, Oliveira. Supposed to be spouting KTM on, I forgot. Can't help but support Honda. Sorry. So almost immediately, I don't know if you can see that, the water level has gone up. It's now about a third of the way between those two lines, whereas it was level with that black line before. Still cloudy, so we'll let it settle out completely, see what happens at the end. So this is about 4 hours later, and probably why you shouldn't do it with 2-stroke oil, because in the bottom, I don't know if you can see that there are strands of something. I'm guessing that's emulsified oil from the 2-stroke oil. It's starting to clear at the top, but if it's taking some of the oil out of it, then definitely should be something you do before you put the oil in it, which, is what I'd do anyway. It was just an experiment. De-ethanolized 2-stroke, in inverted commas, and see if it burns. No reason why it wouldn't. Anyway, who would miss the opportunity to set fire to something if they could? All in the name of science, you understand. So, very small amount into there, that'll do. So, it smells like petrol. It smells very petrol-y. Will it burn? Let's just move that out of the way. This is where the whole house goes up. Milk bottle top full. Will it burn? Oh yeah, it burns, and there's the smoke to prove it's got oil in it. Better put it out before the smoke alarm goes off. I'm indoors. Yeah, that's definitely petrol. So hopefully that the ethanol does come out. You can see where it's gone up, and that's now ethanol-free 2-stroke. Ethanol-free 2-stroke fuel. You can see the weird mix in the bottom, which, as I say, I think it's an emulsion. It probably is okay to do the extraction on 2-stroke, but you get some weird stuff forming. I'm guessing that's oil and water. So it's hard to see on camera, but there is quite a bit of a rise in the level of the water, especially in this corner. I should have put it on a level bench, but it's gone up. So hopefully it's quite clear now. Hopefully that's extracted whatever amount of ethanol there was in there. So just decanting now from there into that, and then I'll put it back into there when I've emptied out all the liquid and do a mix. At an MZ, you probably recognise this cap. References their racing success, I think. 1922 to 1982. That's a Chopo factory, I think. That's where they were made. But inside it has a measure. You fill that with 2-stroke oil to 1 gallon, and it should be 50 to 1. And in the manual it says something about adding more fuel, adding more oil is not necessary if things are wrong. You should fix what is wrong. The manual in itself is a work of art. So I'm going to add a capful. One capful of 2-stroke oil to the mark. And then drain a bit. Obviously if it used to stick in the cap, because the cap was in the tank, it would drop in anyway, but I'll just leave that for a few minutes to drip in. Okay. There you go, give it a shake. 1 gallon of your finest ethanol-free 2-stroke, please. So that's a palaver for 1 gallon, but then again, probably not going to use more than 1 gallon a year, maybe 2. But will there be less smoke now that I've got a true 50 to 1 mix? Well, more or less. There's a little bit less than 1 gallon there, as I'm sure you noticed. Let's see.